Boom, welcome back guys. Furby's Kitchen in the house, Shane Furbay, gonna do it up proper. Today we got a little Orrichettie pasta, homemade basil cream pesto sauce, which I cannot wait for. Top that off with some Cajun style blackened chicken. Follow me right this way, let's get it started. All right guys, basil pesto is very, very easy. We got some beautiful fresh basil, came straight out of Devo's garden. I went ahead and took all the stems off there just so we have all the leaves. Some extra virgin olive oil, our pine nuts that we went over earlier, nice and toasted golden brown. Some Parmesan cheese I just grated fresh with a microplane, nice and tight. There's a Parmesan Reggiano, got about a cup of Parmesan. 3 garlic cloves, just a nice little light press because we're gonna be throwing those in the food processor. Some quarter teaspoon of red chili flakes, and we're gonna finish it up with just a little bit of kosher salt to get the flavor right. So let's get started, guys. We're gonna be using our food processor right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just assemble our leaves around the side. There's right around 2 cups of basil, just pushed into our dish itself. All right, so I'm gonna add the extra virgin olive oil at the end. You'll see how I kind of incorporate this. The first thing I'm gonna put in is gonna be the basil leaves. Next, I'm gonna throw the pine nuts right on top, and our garlic, 3 cloves. Beautiful. I'm gonna add a little bit of our extra virgin olive oil, and we're gonna give this a nice coarse blend. As you can see, this is really coarse right now. We're gonna go ahead and incorporate the Parmesan cheese, all our seasonings, the red chili flakes, and the rest of the extra virgin olive oil. All right, let's give this a check and see how the consistency is. Beautiful. As you can see, it's a nice paste. I can put it on the back of my spoon. Let's give it a try. Man, the flavor there is absolutely phenomenal. I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh ground black pepper just to finish this one off. All right, so our pesto came out absolutely beautiful. We're not gonna need all of it, so I'm just gonna take half, reserve that for later, use that for any other types of dishes you want. So to make our basil pesto cream sauce, a couple ingredients in front of me. I have a pint of heavy cream, some more Parmesan, about another half a cup, and then we're gonna use the rest of our basil, which has all those wonderful ingredients in there, and then we're gonna finish it off with a little salt and pepper to taste. For vegetable accompaniments going into our pasta, I just have some asparagus. This is half a pound of asparagus, cut on a bias, and then to finish, we're gonna have some beautiful heirloom cherry tomatoes, multicolored, to finish. And our pasta that we're using today, we're using Orrichettie. I went ahead and partially cooked the Orrichettie, cooked it for about 12 minutes. We want it to be al dente, so that way when it finishes in the cream sauce, it's gonna absorb some of that good flavor. Now, onto our protein, guys. Like I mentioned, blackened chicken breast. Our chicken breast, all natural chicken breasts that I went ahead and just cleaned, and I went ahead and cut in half. So now we're gonna go ahead and just get our chicken all blackened up and started because our protein is gonna take a little bit longer than our sauce. Traditional blackening seasoning for our chicken, it's gonna have a paprika base, a bunch of different spices, cayenne pepper, it's gonna have some onion and garlic in there as well, and some fresh herbs. Get a little bit of smoke coming off there. It's perfect. Beautiful. Now our chicken's in the oven. Let's get started on the sauce and we're gonna put it all together. First thing I'm gonna add to my pan. My pan's not too hot right now, but I wanna go ahead and reduce some of this cream down. All right, so our cream's been reducing for about 3 minutes now. I'm gonna add some of that beautiful pesto that we made. Oh my gosh, look at this. If you can smell what I'm smelling right now, come on over. All right, perfect. So our cream is still reducing. We went ahead and added our pesto in there. The smell is absolutely phenomenal. Gonna add our asparagus next. Gonna give this a couple more minutes to go down. Finish our Orrichettie pasta. Last thing we're gonna add is our tomatoes and Parmesan cheese. Don't wanna overcook those tomatoes. All right, my cream's getting to that perfect consistency. I'm gonna go ahead and add our asparagus. All right, guys, I added my asparagus. Be careful not to overcook it. Mine's been in there for just about 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and add my pasta. We're gonna cook it for about 3 more minutes. Add our tomatoes, Parmesan to finish. For my pasta, I am using an Orrichettie. They almost look like little seashells. All right, as I mentioned before, I cooked my Orrichettie pasta just a little under al dente. The reason being is because I want it to finish in the cream sauce. I want it to absorb all those flavors that we put into our pesto and the rest of the seasonings we're gonna finish off with, okay? Perfect. Now this is about the time where I like to check my seasoning, make sure everything tastes pretty good before we go to the plate. That's what I'm talking about. That's the consistency I'm looking for. Look how that cream just coats the back of the spoon perfectly. This is the time of the dish. This is the time of the cooking this dish. I want to check my seasonings. I want to make sure everything's perfect before I go. Now, take into consideration, I got 2 more ingredients to go. I got a little bit of tomatoes, which is going to bring down the salt. And then I got some Parmesan, which is going to bring up the salt. Okay, give it a little try. Oh, wow. Man, just the flavor from that garlic and the pesto and that fresh basil. The cream is just coating my mouth right now. Perfect. It needs a little bit more salt and a little bit more pepper. Finishing touches, guys. I add these last because we don't want overcooked tomatoes. We're gonna finish off with those heirloom cherry tomatoes. So beautiful from the farmer's market. and also some of that Parmesan Reggiano that we grated earlier. Now let's get to plating that beautiful Orrichettie pasta with that fresh basil pesto, basil straight out of Devo's garden. Just gonna get that right in the middle. Finish this off with our blackened chicken breast. Let's go right here, right here. Beautiful. Just a little topper, guys. Parmesan Reggiano, right on top. And there you have it, guys, our Orrichettie pasta finished with a basil pesto cream sauce, asparagus, heirloom cherry tomatoes, and a beautiful blackened chicken breast. It was so great having you here. My name's Shane Furbay. I can't wait to see you next time here. I got so many more things in store for you. Thanks again. Please subscribe, Cook Garden Life. Hey guys, welcome back to Furby's Kitchen. My name's Shane Furbay. It's great to have you back in my kitchen.
I hope you enjoyed these tips from Trish.
Devo Garden! Raw! Yeah, I'm gonna garden.